Have you ever been criticized for standing up for what you believe in? If so, did you continue standing up, or did you sit down? A man that was notorious for standing up for what he believed in was Nelson Mandela. Mandela was constantly criticized for standing up for what he believed in, but he never stopped fighting, even after 27 years of imprisonment. I remember learning about Nelson Mandela for the first time in 6th grade. I remember being amazed at the accomplishments one person could achieve in their life. I have researched Mandela countless times since then, and each time I'm equally as amazed as the first time. I hope you too are as amazed as I was at Nelson Mandela's accomplishments. In this speech, I will pay tribute to Nelson Mandela and the achievements that he accomplished in his life. I will do this by providing information about his educational career and his major role in ending apartheid. To begin, let's examine Nelson Mandela's major achievements. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful tool one person can use to change the world." Nelson Mandela was a huge supporter of education and believed everyone should have the opportunity to have an education. He did not give up when life got hard. He didn't even give up when people told him to stop. This is extremely hard, and I think it's Mandela's most impressive characteristic. He has the perseverance to continually fight even after the fight gets hard. Mandela was the first person in his family to receive a formal education. This is because Nelson Mandela was born into a South African tribe and a royal family. During his educational career, he formed friendships and learned of his passion for politics and native South African culture. This helped him to be inspired to become the man we know him as today and to accomplish the achievements he had. Nelson Mandela believed a great deal in education, but he also believed that nothing was impossible. To quote Nelson Mandela again, "Everything seems impossible until it's done." One of the most famous achievements that Nelson Mandela accomplished that was thought to be impossible was ending apartheid. Apartheid was a racial policy of segregation in South Africa. With apartheid, non-white South Africans could not live, contact, or even use the same public facilities as white South Africans. Apartheid was unjustful for a lot of obvious reasons. To end something that is such long reigning as this law would seem impossible to any other person besides Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was not afraid. He was determined to end racial segregation in South Africa. Nelson Mandela was determined and he was patient. These were the characteristic traits that helped Nelson Mandela to end apartheid. He was determined and patient and did not stop fighting. He continued no matter how long it would take him to end apartheid. To summarize, Mandela has achieved a lot in his life through his never give up attitude and his beliefs that equality and education can change the world. Nelson Mandela had perseverance, determination, and patience. He achieved a lot in his lifetime and never gave up on his beliefs. In this speech, I paid tribute to Nelson Mandela's accomplishments. I did this by providing information about his educational career and his major role in ending apartheid. I hope you too are inspired by Nelson Mandela's achievements as I am. I hope you learn to never stop fighting for what you believe in, no matter what. I want to end with a final Nelson Mandela quote. "The greatest glory in living lies with never failing, but rising every time you fall." Thank you.